What's up, YouTube? I'm here with another weekly recap. This is for the week of January 13th to the 17th, through the 17th, sorry. So we're going to just touch on a couple of things. Just the mental side of things. Some stuff that I'm happy with, some stuff that I'm not happy with, and then just a quick overall up-to-date performance on how the month is going for me. So first, let's talk about A to C game analysis on the mental side of things. So for this week, I'm gonna say I was definitely not on my A game, but I wasn't really like shitting the bed or anything like that. I'll say I'm somewhere between A and B, but I'm leaning more towards B game rather than A game, and I'm just gonna elaborate on why I feel that way. So I'm just gonna pull up my TradeZilla real quick. So, looking at the B game categories, thinking but doesn't influence execution, gets cute with trades, but goes back to the original plan, paying attention to outside noise but not letting it influence me, not decisive but not indecisive, following sell rules, following process but inviting some randomness. So, in terms of why I feel like I'm in the B game, which I'm going to have to bring up specific trades that made me feel that way, but I would say the only thing that I'm really taking out of this basket of what I categorize me as being in my B game is probably not decisive, but not indecisive. And I'll explain why I feel that way. Oh, and the first one too. So for the first, or for this week, pretty much, hold on. I think that was this week, right? The 10th, that was last week. Okay. Well, I'm going to count this, even though I took it on this day here, I'm going to count this as for this week because I took it at the end of the day on Friday, and I believe I posted a weekly recap that week. And the only trade I ended up taking was this trade right here, which I said I might or might not do in the end of that video, from what I recall. Now, back to what we were actually here for. So the reason why I felt like I wasn't indecisive but not completely decisive, and the reason why I felt like I was just doing a lot of thinking was, so as you guys know, TZA pretty much is the inverse to TNA. So pretty much I'm betting on IWM going down. Now IWM did look like it had a nice short setup. It's been, I don't know, let's see, pulling back 10% from the highs. It, it's been rejecting the 10 all the way down. And every time it's attempted to try to take the 10, even on this day here with some volume, or it just keeps getting faded. And it was building this decent bear flag. And yeah, so I took it. I took this trade. I took a stab at TZA, I think 3 times or maybe 4, for a total loss of, I think, about 1% across all those trades. So like I guess we could just round it out to 0.25% risk of my account per attempt. Now the reason why I felt like this trade put me in my B game, sort of say, is I mean, I don't know if I've clarified this, but naturally I'm only a long trader. Like I only bet on stocks to go up. So naturally it felt very counterintuitive to just bet on even just an index to go down. It just felt weird, like saying like I'm betting on something going down when I'm so used to just waiting for a long opportunity. Now, even though I was going long on this specific instrument right here, it still felt weird that I was betting against the market, which to me was just an unfamiliar feeling, I guess you could say, because this is like one of the first times I really have done that in terms of trading a inverse ETF. So it just felt weird. I didn't feel like convicted. I mean, I had enough conviction to take the trade. Let's just say that. But at the in the back of my mind, I would be lying if I didn't say like I was just not. I don't know if it was second guessing. I was thinking about it too much. Like I said, like I emphasize that so much that when I'm thinking about a trade or a trade that I've already taken, I just feel like I'm not in the good head, like a right headspace. Like I just want to buy, put my stops in place, um, and then just trim on the third day, and then trail my preferred moving averages. Like it's as minimal thought as possible. But I just felt like I was kind of in an emotional frenzy with this in terms of just I don't know. It felt weird betting against the market. So I would say this trade, and I'll explain one more other trade that I kind of felt like put me in my B game. And this other trade, I wouldn't even say like the only thing that was wrong is I made a mistake that I've already learned from, and I guess I mean I don't even know if I can say I've learned from it because I did it again, but yeah, let's just say I guess I've learned from it, but it's still lingering, and I've just kind of realized that, which is MVST on this day here. Now, if we can pop over to the intraday chart, sorry. So this is the 5 minute. I took it on. I believe I took it on this candle here. As you can see, volume was not really present, and I knew that. The volume buzz to begin with was at best, I remember in the moment like plus 25%. And ideally, that's not what I want to see. I don't even want to see anything in double digits, let alone low triple digits. I want to see like plus 500% volume buzz or 1,000 or 2,000 or something crazy. So I kind of just did what I used to do last year in quarter 2, maybe. I kind of I just took the bait, the previous high day break with no volume. Took the bait because I was like, well, I'll take a stab at it, and it ended up biting me in the ass, which is okay. I'm cool with that. I actually have some winners that have been paying for that, but we'll get to that later. So that was probably my worst trade of the year yet, in the sense that I just made a mistake that I already knew that like it doesn't work out. And let's just say something ends up pumping on weak ass volume. It never really like pans out that well, you know? And and if it does, at least I was following my system. So, yeah, that's probably my worst trade of the year thus far. I'm gonna plan on making that one of, if not my only really poor execution, because in my opinion, that's just a really poor decision on my part, which is okay. I mean, mistakes happen. So yeah, this definitely my worst trade, and in a sense, that's really why I felt like I was not on my A game. It just felt really weird betting against the market. I was also in Lab D on this day here. I netted about 2.3 R on that, so pretty well. I was actually managing risk well on all these positions, which is why I'm not saying like I'm fully in the B game. I was managing risk very well, sizing really lightly. It just felt even with sizing so light on TZA, I just felt really weird betting against the market. So I think that's why I was in an emotional frenzy. It wasn't even about losing the money or anything. It just felt weird, very counterintuitive. So that's something I'm going to take note of in the future if I ever do want to bet against a certain stock or an index fund again. So, yeah, that is pretty much it on why I felt like I was on my B game. Everything else, I was following my rules, following my sell rules. I haven't been really dealing with this at all, actually, which is pretty awesome. Um, I haven't gotten really cute with any trades. I haven't been like moving stop losses to break even and then moving them back down to low a day stop. I haven't been doing any of that. It was just in a unfamiliar headspace when it came to betting against the market with TZA. Now, on to, I guess, some highlights of why I felt like, despite since CRNC, really, I haven't really been accumulating any big winners. This is my biggest winner of the month of January thus far. But I will say I've been managing risk really well. Let me just refresh my TradeZilla to this month. So for this month, hold on, we're gonna do closed positions. Okay. So yeah, other than CRNC, I haven't really had a big winner. I mean, LabD was a decent winner. Measly 2.3R. I mean, I'll take that. It pays for some paper cuts. But I will highlight the fact that I have been, although the indices have been shaky, I have been managing risk very well. I think at peak January I was up like 14%, and now I'm roaming around 6%, 5.7 something. I won't get too deep into it because I'll save that for the January recap. But yeah, uh, just want to highlight the fact that the reason why I don't fully think I'm in a B game is because despite taking all these paper cut losses, I'm still in a pretty good headspace. I haven't been really tripping out about that. I've been taking really light positions. These are a list of my positions right now. Entries are all on the green line. Um, Sizing light on all of these, 0.25 risk on every single one. Hood is pretty much paying for, I guess, if any of these get stopped out. I've been trimming along the way too. I'm very quick to trim in this market. I'm not really. I'm trimming at R intervals actually. I trimmed some of Rivian too. It gave me a 1 to 3 and 1 to 4 trim. Hood gave me a 1 to 3 and 1 to 4 trim. This hasn't been trimmed yet. This has not been trimmed yet. And then this is probably going to end up stopping me out. But yeah, other than that, for the up to date, the 1st to the 18th today, um, we're up about 5.6%. Average RR is 5.33, and then my profit factor for the month is 2.37. So I have been accumulating a decent amount of losses because I started around the month around 3.5, but like I said, I've just been taking some paper cut losses, which isn't a big deal. I've been trying to just test the waters with the market, see what the market's giving, trying to find the next leader. Uh, and yeah, I don't think there's much else to say in this video. It's going to be a quick one. These are usually going to be quick ones. I mean, this is 12 minutes, so I guess it's not that quick. But yeah, we're going to call the week of the 13th to the 17th a mediocre B plus in terms of A to C game analysis. Uh, so yeah, that pretty much concludes this video for today. I will see you guys in the last one for the week of January, or two more actually. Sorry, I lied. And yeah, catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.